Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sergeant Erica Johnson. Just going to show you a couple of things in this series of videos to help you train before you get to the academy. We know that it's going to take a couple of days by the time you get hired to the time that you actually go to the academy because of how we have to set them up, make sure everybody's got a good time frame. So we're making these videos so that you have a chance to learn something before you go into the academy and learn the more basic core ideals of LSPD. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the job menu. The job menu is very, very detailed and has a lot of things encompassed in it, including things like putting down objects, scene lighting tents, spike strips, stuff like that. So just going to give you a little rundown of it today. First and foremost, your F1 key is your main menu for your job. You can use that right there just like this. You have your emotes here. Which brings up your emote menu, which also will be brought up by your F3 muscle. If you flex your F3, the emotes come up automatically. So anyway, we'll go back into this. There's different things that you want to do. When you're putting someone in a car, a suspect, for example, if you've got them escorted, then you'll go into the interactions and put them in the vehicle. You can also carry them if you think /carry if they've been wounded and you're trying to get them to the car or trying to get them to trying to rescue them or whatever. You can think /carry. But we're not going to get into the emotes and stuff like that today. Today's just about the F1 menu. So in your work menu, which is job related, you have different options. Don't worry about the license part. Don't worry about the MDT part, and don't worry about the reset house lock thing. These three are different. MDT you can access other ways. You don't have to do it through here, and your driver's license stuff should be done through the MDT, so don't do it through here. You do have your emergency button status, so like if you're getting shot at or someone's got you pinned, like they're trying to hurt you or you're in the middle of being hurt, you send out your panic signal and all the cops will come and respond to you. You have your objects here. So you've got cones, the little road barriers that you can put down, a speed limit sign. So if you're going to do some speed enforcement, make sure you put one of those down in a rural area, remote area, so that they actually know what the speed limit is that you're targeting for in that area. Lawyers can argue and say that there wasn't a speed sign or whatever for a while and possibly get their clients on a lower charge or reduced fine. Anyway, we also have a tent. So like if you're investigating a crime and it starts to rain and you need to preserve the evidence, put up a tent over the immediate area, like the death of a subject. You want to put the tent up so it doesn't wash away DNA evidence and stuff. Then we have lighting. So you can lay down almost like a mobile telephone pole with wheels that has lights on it. And the way that it comes out is a little different. So if you're not facing the way that you want the light to be, so for example, I am facing towards East Joshua Road right there, but I want the light to be on my truck. So if I'm facing this way, the light will be on my truck. And I'll show you an example right now. So as I'm placing the lighting down, you'll see it's facing my truck. As it's becoming daylight now, the light won't be on so bright, but so it's going to be the way that you're facing determines where it goes. So if I'm facing this way, it'll be facing that way. So just, keep that in mind when you're placing them down. If you're going to use them, make sure you're using them correctly. Spike strips are the same way. Don't use them unless you have permission to. You can generally use them in good applications. Just make sure you have a supervisor's authority to lay them down. So that's going to be pretty much the gist of the F1 menu. You've got different, police actions that you can do in here. You can escort. You can check the status to see if they've got drugs on them, or not drugs on them, but if they've ingested drugs recently, or if they're intoxicated, that'll be in there. Don't do the jail thing through here. There's a whole different way to do that. You can check their health status to see how wounded they are and what caused the wounds. and escorting would just escort the subject that's already been handcuffed. Searching is your key component here. When you go to search somebody, it shows you everything in their pockets. So make sure that you are within your right to be searching them. They'll go over in your FTO training what constitutes a search and what constitutes a pat down or a frisk. You can do the frisks, through your third eye. So I have a third eye here. For example, I'm using my third eye on my vehicle. I can inspect the vehicle, use an access tool to get inside, or leave my fingerprint. If I unlock the vehicle, I now have the ability to open the door, conduct an evidence sweep, inspect the vehicle, and stuff like that. When you do so, you just click to come over here to do whatever you're going to do. If you're going to conduct an evidence sweep, like after a chase, then what it'll do is you'll go inside the car and start inspecting it and checking for bullet casings, fingerprints, stuff like that. If you're looking for contents of the vehicle, you'll have to check the vehicle itself. So as I wear gloves, you can see nothing came up in the top right-hand corner of the vehicle. Usually, if there's something in the vehicle, it'll pop up on the middle of your screen and say, this is, it'll give you a list like seat 1 fingerprint, seat 2 fingerprint, seat 3 fingerprint, or it'll say shell casing in front of seat 1 or something like that. That'll help you determine who was the shooter in a particular scene. For example, if there's 3 people in the vehicle and you're not sure which one person was shooting, it'll tell you where the shell casings were in the vehicle so you can ascertain the person that was shooting. If you have that casing from that seat, you have that person's fingerprint from that seat, and there's body cam footage of that person leaving that seat of the vehicle with a gun, you've got pretty damning evidence to say that they were the shooter. So every piece of evidence helps. So that's pretty much it as far as the menus go and the third eye goes when it comes to vehicle stuff. The other portion of the third eye would come with a person. When you flex your third eye on a person, I can't really do it here, but because there's no people around. But if I do it here, it'll give me the option to frisk. It'll give me a chance to get a DNA swab, to get a fingerprint, all kinds of little goodies. So just get with your FTO, learn a little bit more about that, practice it on one another. Once you've become probationary officers and you're waiting for FTOs, just sit together in a private spot and check each other's DNA and stuff. You'll also learn that you can't take a fingerprint if somebody has gloves on. And in some instances, if they take their gloves off and you can't get a fingerprint or they refuse to fingerprint, there's an area down in the cells area where you can get their fingerprint from. But that's a whole for a different video altogether. I've pretty much shown you your job menu, and yeah, look forward to seeing you on the next video.